So there, I put cubes, tiny cubes of onions and my 3 pounds of ground beef in there. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper into that. So what I'm going to do with the beef, the ground beef, is that I'm going to smash it together with the onion and everything else we're going to put in there, because I don't want it to be more hamburger. I want it to be ground beef. So I have fresh tomatoes here, but I'm gonna put half for now, everything half, and then on the top I'm gonna put the rest of it later on. Okay, this is so that none of this will scorch or dried up or burn underneath. Even though it's slow cooking, you still have to make sure that everything will not burn. So you put a little bit of, so I'm gonna smash my ground beef in there. Okay, salt and pepper it. And I'm gonna put half of this pureed or crushed tomatoes in there. Okay, that's half of it went in. I'm gonna put half of it later on. In the meantime, I also need to put some garlic, some Filipino fun size that I have to cut it in half. Okay, so in the meantime, I have this overripe bananas in here that's gonna make to replace. I'm showing this to you because the ketchup that we use to make it Filipino is made out of banana sauce. So if you don't have banana sauce like that, we're making it to you. I'm gonna show you how it's being made. Separately, you can make it separately, but because I pressed for time, we're gonna incorporate our cooking with this sweet banana, overripe banana in our cooking. So we're gonna put at least 4. Okay, we're gonna have 2 big ones and 2 small ones. So I'm gonna smash it all in there and make it into our banana sauce to make our banana sauce, our spaghetti sauce, I should say, is sweet. It's sweet and tangy. Okay, so one more to make it sweet and tangy from the tomatoes and bananas. So I'm going to incorporate both of them. So now I have 4 in there. Okay, so you have tomatoes in there. So how to make the banana sauce is that you cook this in a pan, put a little bit of water, put annatto seeds powder to make it red. Okay, you probably need at least a dozen. If you want to make a big pot, you need to make a dozen of this way overripe bananas. So there goes the bananas in there. So there is our tomato sauce on one side, and there's our banana on this side. Okay, so we're gonna incorporate the 3 ingredients in there and the meat all together. Okay, so that's all gonna be cooked in there all together, happy to make our spaghetti sauce. And again, Filipino spaghetti, it's tangy, tomatoey, and sweet because of the banana. So you want to make sure that the meat will not become hamburger, but it's going to be ground beef. Okay, ground. So you want to smash it before it cooks, because if you don't, you're going to have lumps. So you go like this. So So now, that being said, I'm gonna cook and put more onions then on top. Okay, and then I'm gonna mince my garlic to put in there. So this is a one-pot Filipino meal in a pot. One-pot meal is something that you cook overnight while you sleep or while you're at work in a slow cooker. Okay? For the next generations of Filipino cook, this is what you have to do because the trend with the next generation, very busy with family, very busy. So again, here's the other half of the onions. Okay, so now that goes the onion, and then I'm gonna cut up some of our hot dog here. So the hot dog, we're gonna cook it, split it in half. There are different hot dogs, and you cook it about an inch. Split it in about an inch long, just like that. Okay, and so this is gonna go on top. We're gonna to incorporate it with all this and put more mushrooms. I'm gonna have to put mushrooms in there. Okay, mushrooms. I like mushrooms in our spaghetti, and so we're gonna put lots and lots of mushroom in there. So that's gonna go in there. I'll put there so you can see what I'm using right there.